I'm back on Gertie Rude, back again on Tuesday mood. Well, here we are on Tuesday, day after bleeding Monday, and the day directly before Wednesday. Wednesday, we're halfway through the week, which only means after that we've got 2 more days before we can let it all hang out again. Yes, we can VTubers, but today I've got a weighty one. I thought I'd do something a bit more thought-provoking and somewhat austere, or some BS adjective like that. Anyway, so this is about the Rwanda deal. Oh, we're going to Rwanda. We're all going down, 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 down. There, can you see that? It says Rwanda. Let's do it zoom like that, my dear. There you go. Now you can see that far better, can't you? Can we see that? Are you with me? I'm fiddling as I go, VTubers. You know how it is. There we go. Fiddle while you work. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go. There we go. Right. So the thing is, Kemi Badenoch, who is the up-and-coming next to be Tory Prime Minister, probably after Wishy-Washy gets absolutely slaughtered at the elections this year. Yes, it is this year. Yes, it is this year. Sorry. I don't know where I am or what year I'm in. Yeah, so Kemi Badenoch is actually an up-and-coming acolyte of the Conservative Party. I mean, she's slightly right of Mrs Thatcher, so bless her. A lot of the stalwarts quite like her. Of course, that Nadine blatant direct that didn't get her damehood because they didn't like Boris and Wishy-Washy turned her down for a damehood. Same one that wrote a book saying that she knew there was an prolific SEX offender operating in the Houses of Parliament, high up in the echelons of the parliamentary estate, that goes and remains untackled and unfettered, and his victims are just sort of poo-pooed and paid off. Wrote it in a book, made money off it, but didn't want to name the person, so literally no credibility. She now flaps her gums on Talk TV. She's a right little madam, that one. On the day that I didn't get made a diamond, I'm butthurt for the rest of my bleeding days. Anyway, so we're going into this. It's about the Rwanda bill. Just scraped through the Houses of Lords last night. Obviously, Uncle Tom Cobley and all, that's got nothing to do with anybody, got up and had to say, yes, they did. The Bishop of this and the bleeding Archbishop of that got up, waggled his bleeding gums. Not that they ever know anything about what most of us have to put up with and live with. To them, it's all airy-fairy and ethereal, isn't it? And as for Rwanda, if the immigrants don't want to go to Rwanda, can you open it up so some of us Brits could go there? Because it's warm all year round. I've seen some of the buildings. They're like 5-star hotels that the government's built out there. And apparently you're going to give us a load of dosh, 3 meals a day, free accommodation, free medicine, free tea, free this, free that, and a free bleeding ticket out there. So how about giving it to us? Yes, I'd go to Rwanda any day of the week. And I know what you're all thinking, and I know what you're all saying to yourselves privately. GERT, we'd love it if you fucked off to Rwanda. Well, you have to be careful what you wish for. So let's talk about Rwanda. Oh, we're going to Rwanda. Right, so what's going on? Come on.
Asylum law has cleared its first major hurdle with
yes,
voting to allow the bill to move to the next stage.
But it faces a bruising
Isn't she this little Emily girl? She's with Patrick Christie, you know, yes. Little Emily, little wholesome little Emily. Oh, dear. They're a Conservative love team, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, dearie me. L-O-V-E. Sitting in a tree. Right.
Damaging path.
Sensible head, girl. Sensible head.
Critical voices in the upper house last night.
Yes, there were many, but we're joined now by
There's too bloody many.
Deputy Chairman of the European Research Group, Dame Andrea Jenkins. Andrea, thank you very much indeed.
Hello, Dame Andrea Jenkins.
You are one of 11 Conservative MPs who voted against this bill.
Oh.
If you were in the House of Lords, how would you have voted last night?
For more salary and expenses.
The thing is, it's very difficult, isn't it? Because we don't want all these lefty amendments.
No, we don't. We don't want that, do we?
So when it comes back to our house next week, or the week after in the Commons, then we have a difficult decision to make because it could get through on the Labour votes because they want it to be completely watered down.
Right.
And we want to strengthen it. So, you know,
when you say watered down, what do you mean? Are you going to take them halfway to Rwanda? Or just to the little bit left of Rwanda, but not quite by Rwanda, and they have to walk the rest of... What do you mean when it's watered down? Are they going to get 3 meals a day? Was it watered down to 2 meals a day and a bowl of gruel? I mean, where are we going with this conversation?
Work to do there in the background.
Right.
Fascinating. So you're saying as someone who voted against the
Dave,
reading of the bill in the Commons.
you see why old Nadine Dorries is all butthurt? Notice this one, she's Dame Andrea Jenkins MP. And to be fair, this is the first time anybody has actually heard of this woman, let alone the parishes and electoral areas that she represents, which is some weird place called Morley and Outwood. I mean, I've been British all my bleeding life and never heard of these bleeding places. Yes, they make them these electoral areas so small and stick as many Conservative MPs in them as they can. Morley and Outwood. I mean, where the frick's that? Never heard of it, never heard of her. But go on, flat the guns.
You might be persuaded to vote in favour of this bill to prevent the Labour Party almost taking charge of it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is... I think I need to...
So you'd only vote for it to stop the Labour taking charge of it. Listen, when Labour get in, they're going to F it right off, mate. So you might as well open it up and say, listen, are there something like 1 million citizens in Britain that would quite like to go and live in Rwanda? I mean, it's hot all year round. You get 3 meals a day. It's all free. Hotel accommodation. We even pay you for doing nothing. We do. You can go to Rwanda. I mean, I've got my Hawaiian shirt out. I've got my suitcase out. I've got my pull along. I've got it all going. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm ready. You just say the words and I'll be straight on that bloody aircraft. Yes, I will. I don't care.
To the other 11, it's putting us in a difficult situation, you know, whether we abstain. But I think we need to use it as leverage to try and put pressure on the Prime Minister.
Oh, you do,
because it's not strong enough. It's going to be completely watered down. We're going to be listening to the European Courts of Human Rights with the amendments, which we clearly don't want to do. So
what you're doing is kicking the can down the road, and meanwhile, day in, day out, more people are being trafficked into this country. Something to do with Serco. I tell you, the simplest way to stop the people coming is to stop privatising the immigration service to Serco, and immediately, bish bash bosh, they'll stop coming. Yes, they will. Oh, dearie me, it's very, very simple. Almost as simple as my brain. Go on.
Can we vote in support of something like that? You know, we need to stop it, really, don't we?
They're being trafficked into this country by ne'er-do-wells. Because, I mean, the thing is, it's a private contracted out. If they haven't got a steady flow of people being trafficked into this country, each of them are actually a commodity and have an actual value, a monetary value to Serco, then they wouldn't get the contract and they'd be out of a bleeding job, wouldn't they? So the easiest way is to unprivatise it, yes, and the boats would stop coming overnight. I'm telling you now. I don't care how I knows it, but I just knows it.
And Andrea, how is that task of putting pressure on the Prime Minister going? You, of course, put in your letter of no confidence.
Oh, shut up. You remind me of, like, when you were a little kid and you're not allowed to leave the table until you left your Brussels, is it? Do you get me, capiche? So what you do is you smush them into the gravy, wipe them all round the plate, yeah, and hope to hell that you just get away with it. You know, no one would notice that you haven't, in fact, ate your Brussels. Yes, it's a bit like that.
Months ago, I think now. We also had Sir Simon Clarke writing a blistering piece in the Telegraph about how Rishi Sunak is not the man for the job. Yes, how's it going? Does Rishi Sunak still not have your support?
Well, he's never had anybody's support. Nobody voted for him. I know Julia Hartley lives above the brewery on Talk TV. She always shrilly pontificates the fact that you don't vote for the person, you vote for the party, and all this BS. When actually people were urged to vote for Boris. Boris was going to get Brexit done, if you remember, was the catchphrase. Do you remember? Get Brexit done. And they were absolutely, well, groomed into believing he was the man for the job, he was the man with the personality, and just vote for Boris, and everything would be absolutely hunky-dory and A-OK. And he got in December, and by bleeding, I think it was March the 3rd, they were talking about lockdowns, weren't they? I think he locked down March 20th, 2020. So he was only in a matter of weeks, really. In that time, his missus had already run up a great big bill for redecorating the parliamentary, Prime Minister's bleeding accommodation, which is at the largest taxpayer. You couldn't make them two up, grifters. So when it suits them, we're urged to vote for a personality. And when it doesn't suit them, we're told, oh, no, you vote for the party, not the person. Well, taking it back to the point I'm making, nobody voted for wishy-washy, so let's move on.
Oh, completely not. No, definitely not. But I think what's interesting at the moment is we're seeing different camps of the party. You know, I'm to the centre-right.
I'm tugging my forelock.
Some of the lefties of the party, who I call the Lib Dems, who are doing their plotting. I mean, did you see today that Kem is part of this WhatsApp group to oust him as well? And don't forget, she really tried to push to oust Boris. So it seems like other camps are sort of doing the work for us, really.
Are you saying that Kemi Badenoch is someone that you would describe as being on the left of the Conservative Party?
No, she's slightly right of Thatcher.
Well, she's good on the wokey stuff, but I'd say look at her voting record. She voted for all 3 Theresa May's deals. She voted for more net zero, and she's known in Parliament by fellow MPs as a great pretender, because what you see is certainly not what
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I do take that point, yeah. Because she gives it all the lemon, but she's actually, she's more of the left than what's his name? Keir Starmer, who's probably a bit right of, what's his name, isn't he? Mussolini or somebody, I don't know. I've given up the will to live with these lot. They flip-flop like bloody fish on the riverbank, don't they? The load of them. Anyway, I'm not sure what it's all about, don't really care. Nothing's going to get sorted. These people are just earning their salaries off talking a load of old BS. And that's basically the end of the subject, isn't it, VooTubers? So we go on from here.
Out there. But I think it's going to be a turning point again, a further one this week. I mean, with the figures that we're seeing today on the migration, I mean, that is an attack on British civilization as we know it. We cannot cope with that kind of level. Look at public services are already stretched. And
Johnny come lately, that new kid in town. You're a bit late, love. It's been going on for the best part of 12 years. And you lot have been in Parliament for the best part of 13 years. So you're all a bit late to the table on this one. Most people have been telling you this for years. You go around Britain and you see the town centres are absolutely decimated. We've got our own people, which our weather is the most inclement weather ever, apart from if you live in like Sweden or Norway or maybe Greenland or Iceland, places like that. It's bitter cold, and we've got our own people sat in doorways whilst all the hotels are jam-packed with people that have come over here from Somalia and, dare I say, Rwanda. Couldn't make it up.
Can you imagine the cost of putting people in hotels?
Yeah, well, we can imagine it.
We actually need to
We've
be
imagined
pushing
it.
them back on France.
Yeah.
Why are we paying millions of pounds a year to France?
Yeah, indeed, why
when that's
are
a
we?
safe country, we should be sending them back there.
Andrea, do you think
Why
Kemi Badenoch is taking part in an evil plot to oust the Prime Minister and make herself the leader? She was voted the most popular, wasn't she, by a Conservative home?
I think it's all gone to her head, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you actually look at that, that was only 500 members. That's not exactly a lot, is it?
No.
So, and they're saying not many voted for Boris, which I find that very hard to believe.
There's a plot afoot indeed, because they're all scurrying around like rats bleeding on a sinking ship that know it's going down and want to save their arses. And that is all I've got to say, VooTubers. Nothing will happen. Hotels will still remain chock-a-block of French people that have come over here on boats that have been trafficked from France to Britain, paid at the largesse of the taxpayer, whilst more people are living in poverty and town centres and services, roads. I mean, I'll tell you another thing. That would be one good reason for going to Rwanda, because I bet you anything their roads are better than our roads, because our roads are just bloody potholes. There's better roads in Nigeria than what there are in Britain at the moment. So, moving on, it's going to be a fun year. Probably a bit less fun than last year, and slightly less fun than the year before that. So with that, I love you and leave you. Bye-bye now.